Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another crypto market update. It is payday Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, today is November 22nd, 2024. Hopefully everybody is doing absolutely fantastic wherever you happen to be tuning in from, whether you're watching on YouTube, Rumble, or X. Took me a while there. I really wanted to say Twitch for a second. 2024. Yes, foul year of our Lord Beeflo, as always, as the great Hunter S. Thompson was wont to say. Bitcoin has not hit 100,000, but we are currently trading at 99,100. You love to see it. Good times. I think we're actually going to get maybe some selling here. We're going to see. It's going to be an interesting live stream. We're either going to be watching, listen, mark this. We're either going to be hitting 100K and continuing on with the bullish enthusiasm, or the mark of the beast, the 666, which printed on ByBit as the current all-time high of Bitcoin, is going to be the omen. And we are going to begin the big dip. All right. I've told you guys about this. I've warned you about this. So don't be afraid. You're going to learn everything you need in this live stream to successfully navigate a big pullback if it does happen. I am going to give you the tools, the tips, the strategies that you need to successfully stomach a big pullback, the big old biggie, and walk out alive. Or I'm being way too paranoid, and the American enthusiasm and the rising tides of hope and peace and love throughout the world will blast us through to Valhalla. One of the two. Which is the most flowery way I've ever said that traditional analyst BS. Well, it's either going to go up or it's either going to go down. You know, pretty much you read any analysis out there that doesn't have a firm, like, okay, entry, exit, target, you know, so a trade setup as opposed to analysis. It always distills down to could go up, could go down, right? Like, like this is the kind of advice. If you go see, like, for example, 99% of any investment advisor, all right, and you ask them about a specific stock, asset, commodity, cryptocurrency, period, whatever. Right now, you go in, you'd be like, hey, what do you think about MicroStrategy? They'd be like, whew, man, MicroStrategy, you know, good fundamentals, strong, innovative business plan, hell of a price run. And you're like, yeah, okay, so well, should I buy any? And they're like, whew, well, you know, it's up quite a bit. You know, could be a good play, but, you know, that's 99% of investment advice. I swear to God, these people make 6-7 figures a year, and that's what they say. And no, I mean, don't get me wrong. The ones who are making 7 figures a year, they put out 30-page reports. Okay, right? But if you copy and paste that 30-page report in a ChatGPT and you're like, explain this like I'm 5, it's like, could go up, could go down. That is investment advice. So no one but you can trade your account. No one but you knows your financial situation. No one but you can make the hard calls, can make the tough decisions, can make the brazen decisions that can pay off big, or can stomach the losses when you're wrong. You have to trade your account. You are responsible for your own life. Personal responsibility and discipline are the way to pay the bills, ladies and gentlemen. So while you should obviously learn, glean, read, get information, watch this live stream, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. You should always try to make your own decisions and stand on your own 2 feet, ladies and gentlemen. But I am here with you in the trenches, as they say. Bitcoin at 99,135. We've got a lot to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. They just bull posted by Bitcoin. Yeah, man. Strong fundamentals, dude. Innovative business strategy. That's what we need around here. Before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you find value in this content, if you want to be on the team, just in the symbolic way, like and subscribe on YouTube. Make sure to follow us if you're watching on X, and make sure to follow us if you're watching on Rumble. By the way, I'm going to post the link to Rumble once I find it. Here it is. I'm going to post the link to Rumble into the restream. If you guys would like to come watch me and support me on Rumble, if you're watching on YouTube, go check it out. Rumble, fantastic platform, but absolutely loving it. Supporting free speech and pro crypto. Now, things to talk about. Let's see here. Yeah, like and subscribe. Obviously, this is just kind of the public show. We do a lot behind the scenes. If you guys want to be trading on the team, you guys want to be trading with me every morning, you guys want to get my evening reports, look at what I'm swinging on for the long side to the short side. If you want to be getting those morning alpha reports, make sure to go join the team at crackingcryptocurrency.com. Link in the description. That's crackingcryptocurrency.com to get on the team. We are going to be doing some specials coming up for Black Friday. We'll probably do something like, I don't know. It's different with the platform that we're on. They make it a little weird, difficult, tricky. Because it used to be very easy for us to just be like, oh, like first month free. But we are going to be running a promotion here coming up pretty soon. So either way, get in the Discord. You'll be seeing the announcements for those promotions. I think that's everything. I think it's out of the way. Is that everything? All right, cool. Well, let's get going, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a lot to talk about. So, getting into the market today, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Got to get the chats back up. I wish I could pin these. Need to get better at my computer. Bitcoin, 5-minute time frame was bearish so far for the majority of the U.S. session. U.S. markets opened up. Bam, right here. This is when the U.S. markets opened up. They'd already kind of been in the middle of a drive down. Now we are pushing up. We are attempting to break above the current level of resistance that we got at about, what is it? What did I have it here? 99,143. So where our current level of resistance is. We're struggling to get back above the point of control. And that could flip my bias for today to bullish. I actually am kind of leaning a little bit into the bear side. And I'll tell you guys why. All that and more to follow. 10 minutes. The 10-minute time frame is bearish, but it's actually indecisive right now. It is bearish, but we don't have that strong directional bias anymore. It is attempting to flip back up to the upside. 30-minute and 4-hour is, of course, bullish. As we can see on the 30-minute time frame, let's just kind of zoom in here. As you guys can see, this is just your basic trend following strategy. All right. All you really need to do. That's a bold claim, Aswin. Bitcoin to 100,000. Honestly, guys, listen. There are two types of strategies that I promote, teach, sell, and it is all about systems trading. At the end of the day, managing risk, understanding, not moonshotting, discipline, going in, entry price, stop loss, managing risk, targets, period, right? Rinse, wash, repeat. That is what we do in the evenings when we take daily time frame trades and we're looking for bigger swing trades. Those obviously are generating much more now in a bull market. But the same thing on the daily time frame. When you need to have discipline, you need to have risk. I'm coming into the market today with a bit of a bearish bias. I'm looking for new daily lows. I know that's a little controversial because I just obviously want to like beat the 100K drum. I'm going to be pleased to see it because I have 3x leverage longs open on Bitcoin that I opened up yesterday evening. So now those are just a little bit in the green. So obviously if those dip, we're going to go to the downside, but all good. But I have to trade the chart in front of me every single morning. I have to trade the chart in front of me. I cannot let my investment bias, my enthusiasm, or what I'm doing on the daily influence what I'm seeing on the lower time frames. You guys want to, you guys want to do the day trading thing. You guys want to try and make $1,000 a day, $500 a day, $100 a day as a hobby. Then you've got to trade the chart in front of you and be disciplined. All right. So again, 5-minute time frame is flipping bullish. 10-minute is still bearish, but it's trying to flip bullish 30 and 40. So anyways, as I was talking about, the two strategies, dip buying strategies and momentum breakout strategies. In my opinion, those are the best strategies. Reversion to the means, for me, work okay, but they have to be automated. And reversal strategies are okay, but they have to be automated. That's the only way I've really found consistency. Although we will take, of course, when I say reversal, I want to be very clear about that. That's when you are betting, and honestly, that's the trade that I'm taking now, but we have the intraday bias to support that so far. So it will be a big flip intraday if we can, of course, get here above 99,143, actually break to the upside and generate that positive momentum. So far, we've just returned to the point of control after a deep dive into the value area low, reaching a intraday low of 97,235 here on ByBit. So we'll see what the market generates over the next couple of hours. Obviously, we see that the Americans did bid price back up, but only to the point of control, which was the distribution level that we saw overnight. As we can see, look at all this distribution, right? Distribution. This is the UMA. This is the European and Middle Eastern. And this is also the Asia Pacific markets right here into distribution. Price sliding down. The Americans have pushed price back up to that negotiation price. Point of control represents where the most volume was ever transacted during the day. This is the intraday level. So this is the price markets at which the most Bitcoin traded hands for USDT, period. BTC USD, same thing. BTC, well, we're not even looking at the Bitcoin chart. We're never going to talk about that. It's disgusting. It's terrible. It's awful. We don't want to look at that. Yeah. So we'll see. That's the main thing we're watching for today on Bitcoin. Let's go to Ethereum. All right. There we go. All right, as far as Ethereum goes, I mean, we are kind of trending to the downside. We actually have a new point of control. As we can see previously, we had the point of control up here at 3375. Again, all of this distribution that we were seeing from the UMA markets. American markets opened up right about, come on. There we go. American markets opened up right about here. Okay, so same thing. We saw Bitcoin suffer the same thing. The UMA markets and the APAC markets were selling overnight and throughout the early morning. American markets opened up, and just like we see with Bitcoin, price was actually able to move up quite a bit to the previous point of control, which for Ethereum would probably be a return to this level of resistance around 3360. All right, so the Ethereum bulls are definitely trying to make that push, but as we can see, the 5-minute, the 10-minute are all bearish. The 30-minute and the 4-hour are of course bullish. So we are attempting to make that push, but it isn't happening yet. I actually do have a bullish bias on Ethereum today. So let's actually go out here to the 4-hour time frame where I think we can showcase this the best. All right, so obviously Ethereum had a very beautiful push starting on November 5th all the way up, lasting until about November 11th. So a nice 1-week push. And we went from approximately about, let's just say 2,400, 2,450 up to 3,372. So a nice, beautiful movement. How much did we actually put in? About a 40% move, and everybody's like, Ethereum's dead. Ethereum then consolidated, established some very strong support here at about 3,000. And honestly, I was seeing the chatter in all of my, all the chatter among the analysts and the signal, the signal pushers that I follow. And what they were saying last night was that it was just kind of like some rando that like market bought this Ethereum. And I didn't actually go check the tape. That's the kind of the scuttlebutt. Now, Ethereum is doing this curling over, which in my experience is usually more bullish than bearish. So I still have my bullish bias on Ethereum. As we can see, this wick almost came down here and retested the breakout level of about 3220. So in my eyes, Ethereum is either going to continue this push and do the catch-up play. If that is the case, Ethereum and Solana are both probably going to push. Solana also, because we hit all-time high. So this is good. If Bitcoin stalls out here, if Bitcoin doesn't go for the races, if Bitcoin is going for the races. Bitcoin is going for the races right now, ladies and gentlemen. 99,349. 99,349. So we've overcome the first level of resistance. We have reclaimed the point of control. Let's see if we're going to actually make the move down. Hey, Tyler, good to see you, my friend. Welcome to the live stream. Let me know what you guys think. Are we going to hit 100K today, or are we not going to hit 100K today? Again, I want to just point out, because I believe in omens. All right. As a trader, you have to believe in omens. So what do you think the intraday high is on ByBit? 99,666. You can see it right there. 99,666. I've seen this before. With Bitcoin. This is kind of an inside joke for Bitcoin traders, particularly futures traders, is to get the price to 666 and then dump it. All right. This has happened time and time again. So basically, what do we got? We got the pranksters, we got the memesters, we got the market makers trying to make a strong signal that we're not going to hit 100K. And of course, we've got the rest of the market that clearly just wants to hit 100K. So we're going to see who wins, the bulls, the bears. Bulls have retaken control of the intraday volatility right now. Not a higher high here, but a higher low, and now a higher high. Yeah. Are you talking about Richard Hart? I didn't see that. Did he do a live stream or something? Yeah, so Ethereum curling up 3318, probably looking to make a push here. It's going to follow along behind Bitcoin here, especially because Bitcoin put in some movement there. But let's talk about this. Let's actually go to, again, this is the kind of analysis that you guys can get every single morning if you guys want to join the team. What did I say here on Bitcoin? My strategy here today was obviously I had the continuation long from last night ride. I used that BYDFi's 3x leverage token for that trade. But they pushed exactly to 9666, for giggles, for laughs, for funds. Now, obviously the market clearly wants 100K. All right. And it did hit 100K on smaller exchanges, but we're going to see. I'm targeting between 98,700 and 99,100 to 99,300 to fill shorts for the day, expecting a lower intraday low, targeting 95,700. So let's talk about 95,700. 95,700 would be right here. All right. So that would be significant. All right. 95,700 would be significant. Now, so far, it's looking like I'm getting absolutely kicked out of the room, which is fine. All right. Intraday shorts on, risk is managed right above this high for the breakout. I'll probably buy into the breakout if that is the case, although I would like to see, what do we got going on here? Why is our point of control shifted? I got to get more. There we go. There we go. That's much nicer. There we go. All right. So I would like to see price. I mean, we did consolidate at that POC for quite a while. I would like to see, unless we're just going to make a break for it, which I'm still not convinced on. We're pushing up into the value area high right now. The value area high is going to stretch from 99,346 up to 100,060. All right. But again, let's check our liquidation levels because I know we're grabbing liquidations now. All right. So we've already started hitting. So here's our liquidations. So we've already started taking out these short liquidations. The people who essentially shorted the bottom right here, they've been cleared out. But the big shorters, the people who shorted here, their liquidations are here. All right. 99,987 is where the thickest bundle of short liquidations is. Now, if we hit 99,987, I think it's going to be, probably on almost every exchange, we're going to hit 100K, particularly on the futures. So we're just going to see. We did come down. We didn't take out all the long liquidations here. All right. So these long liquidations opened up here. All right. I guess basically on this first pullback, and we established this support here at about 97,900. So we had a lot of longs open up basically at this support level. Highly leveraged, about $100 million in long liquidations just on Binance right here at the 97,064 level. Those did not get taken out. If those had gotten taken out, I would be very, very confident that we're going to hit 100K. And of course, it's kind of hard to argue with price action that we're not going to hit 100K, but it hasn't happened yet. So we've reached the first standard deviation of VWAP intraday on BTC. Let's see what happens over the next few minutes. Let's continue on with our Ethereum analysis. Let's get the 5-minute kind of opened up here. All right. Yeah, so here's basically what I'm, there we go. Here's basically what I'm watching for intraday. We do have our current level of support intraday at 3260. We do see that the point of control has shifted down here. So that this is acting as strong. This is going to act as strong support, and we're below VWAP. So Ethereum to me here kind of looks like a no-brainer long. That's actually exactly what I recommended this morning. I think we've got a couple targets here at 3359, 3389, which are also acting as resistance. But I could absolutely see Ethereum oscillate back up into the value area high. Of course, if we end up closing back down below the point of control, that is going to be a little scary and going to be looking like we are going to be descending lower. And exactly where, again, we could make a conservative estimate that we're just going to come back here a little bit further and retest breakout at 3,200. Like I said earlier, I do think obviously we did establish some strong support here, but we did test it depending on what you want to call it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. But we're not going to say that. We tested 3 times. All right. So let's get our circles out. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. I wish, listen, I love TradingView. I certainly do. Been using it for years. But I wish they just had a little bit better circular tool, Something about this circle tool just doesn't somehow feel right to me. You know what I'm saying? It's cumbersome. Okay. So nice support. Again, nice big push up, but we didn't make a higher high. So that's a little concerning. So again, doesn't really mean anything. I think Ethereum is bullish. I think Ethereum is actually going to play the catch-up trade. But for that to happen, Bitcoin probably, well, I guess Bitcoin can necessarily push higher, but you know, this is Ethereum is looking very good intraday. And Bitcoin continuing to climb higher, 99,359. Looks like we really want to go for it, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we've got quite a bit of ways to go. We've got liquidations. I think overall things are good. To refresh our liquidations, yep. All right, we hadn't taken out these yet. 99,313 on Binance and 99,462. And that's when we start getting to the really thick, meaty, girthy liquidations, if you know what I'm saying. Now, let's talk about, however, oh, hold on. Let's continue on with our market watch. Let's look at Solana. All right. Solana looking very much like Ethereum here. Okay. As you guys can see, same thing. Nice pump, right? Nice pump into the evening. All right, up into the high value area. And then essentially we see Yuma and APAC sell off. And what are Americans doing? Americans are currently buying the dip. Solana at support right here. We've seen a massive amount of volume transacted at this level, at the 255 level. All right, we are below VWAP. All right, we're at 1 standard deviation away from VWAP. Strong consolidation here. And so I would see Solana more likely than not making this push back up to the high area. We have current resistance at 260, as you guys can see here. On the drive down, we have Solana consolidating essentially right below 260 and tapping it about 3 times as resistance. So that would be certainly my first short-term target. And you can easily manage risk essentially either below current support at about 253, or if you wanted to be a little bit more crazy right here, or even wait for another oscillation back down below the point of control, which is totally fine. So the market is certainly deciding which direction it wants to go. We're either strongly bidding support and the bulls will win. We'll push back up to 253. Again, being able to manage risk very effectively, or the point of control is going to break down. If the point of control breaks down, all right, which right now the 5-minute, the 10-minute are bearish. The 30-minute is looking like it wants to flip bearish. 4-hour is of course nice and bullish, but we are extended quite a bit of ways away from our moving averages, obviously on the daily as well. So if we are going to get the big dipperoonie on the daily, I mean, a conservative pullback on Solana is going to be at least 11%. It's going to be a very minor pullback, but if we have a more pronounced pullback, I mean, that's going to be on the order of about 27 to 30%. All right. And you know, it can go either way, to be quite honest with you. Now that we have, I mean, we just wicked above our previous all-time high. So the market does want to push higher. Obviously, blue sky breakout, things are good. We'll just see which direction the market wants to go. Obviously, if Bitcoin dumps, if Bitcoin sharply dumps from here. So this is very interesting. Seeing Bitcoin making the charge, making the climb, closing the gap. All right. Ethereum and Solana technically looking like they're looking like they're getting accumulated, bidded up. So the bull case for Bitcoin, well, certainly the bull case across the board, is going to be, because listen, as Bitcoin continues to climb, if Bitcoin is just going to continue climbing strongly and move decisively toward that 100K, then it's unlikely that we're going to see those movements up on Ethereum and Solana. They're probably just going to continue consolidating. Once Bitcoin actually pauses and starts consolidating at this higher level, so the big test is going to see, again, obviously we could just continue to rip, but if on a pullback we can maintain and sustain at the point of control, that's going to be very good to see. And that is going to be the time when we start to see Ethereum and Solana take a run for it. I forgot to turn the music on. As always, let me know if it is too loud, if it is too quiet. We're still nailing that down because unfortunately, I'm not monitoring the stream through my earbuds. All right, yeah, so Solana and Ethereum, both consolidating. I think both are pretty low risk, long setups because we've got very tight invalidation. We've established some nice support. And with Bitcoin making that move up, they are going to want to close the gap and follow along. Looking at XRP, a little bit of a different story. XRP on the 5-minute time frame is looking quite nicely. 5-minute time frame is bullish, 10 minutes bullish, 30 minutes bullish, 4-hour is bullish. Let's bring back up that 5-minute. Again, nice, strong trend. We did have a nice dip. We've got strong support on XRP at about $1.36. All right, we had that recent plunge. Now, we are currently making a lower high. We are currently making a lower high after making a lower low. But is it, how strong of a lower low is that? We just wicked long liquidations out, so we can definitely make a charge higher. A little bit risky to buy into the trade right now unless you're going to be very bullish. Again, you could bid up at about 144. Current intraday point of control is at about $1.40, so just slightly above where that strong support is. So again, XRP could be taking a breather here while Bitcoin is seeing most of the action so far today to the bull side. But XRP, throughout the kind of early morning pre-market, did have that nice push up. Unfortunately, it was a lower high here so far. Let's see if we continue to form a higher low, which would be putting in a low around 145, 144, and we could bid that up to a new high. Current standard deviation targets would be like 151 and 153. So XRP is looking pretty good on the lower time frames intraday. On the 4-hour time frame, again, we've had a big pump. We are quite diverged away from our moving averages. So very tricky. There's nothing wrong with buy high, sell higher, but you typically want to be doing that buy highing when we're actually doing the breakout of a consolidation period. All right. Now let's get back to Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin have a nice little sell off there on the 5-minute time frame. Let's see if we form a higher low or if we crash back down to the point of control after grabbing these liquidations. Either way is fine with me. Again, remember here, this is what we're watching for. If you're bullish on Ethereum, if you're bullish on Solana today intraday, then you want to be seeing Bitcoin basically not just fall off, because if Bitcoin just falls off, then Ethereum and Solana are likely just going to fall off as well. The market's going to sell off. The market panics altogether. But when Bitcoin is bullish, Ethereum and Solana will obviously sell off mildly, but then they will charge up and play catch up. That is typically how capital rotation works. And I looked at the options market. The options market was just looking at positioning. Of course, that might have changed because I'm not looking at Deribit right now. But the options market, as of last night, was certainly betting that Bitcoin was going to go lower and that Ethereum was going to go higher, which was interesting to see. I'm not going to lie. Okay. All right, let's take a look at funding rates. Are things out of control? Thank you. All right, funding rates for Bitcoin still neutral on Binance. 0.02 on OKOX. 0.02, 0.01. Doesn't look too crazy. Take a look at our fund flows. Yeah, I mean, Ethereum needs a turnaround here. So we can see Ethereum just hasn't had the fund flow. And for those of you who have asked what this is aggregating data from the futures exchanges, and it is looking at specifically long and short positioning. All right, so again, we can see it on spot as well, but futures, we're looking at long and short positioning. So this is the delta between the volume of long bids and bids and asks, essentially, right, of market orders getting filled. So yeah, so we can see Bitcoin over the last 4 hours has seen some inflow, 2 hour, 1 hour, 15 minute, but we are starting to see that flip around in the 5 minute. All right, Ethereum as well, all red. Solana, interestingly enough, kind of the inverse of Bitcoin, where we've been bearish for a little bit, obviously selling off. But then we've seen some robust inflows in the last hour, about 6 million within the last hour, most of that coming within the last 15 minutes. And again, about 5 million of that coming within the last 5 minutes alone. XRP showing some bearishness here over the last 5 and 15 minutes. A little bit of bullishness in the last 1 hour, but that is really being dwarfed by the 15-minute flow. Only 4.63 million delta over the last hour. And we see Doge getting sold off in general. Open interest over the last 24 hours for the entire market has risen 1.47%. Excuse me, this is BTC. So overall, open interest has risen about 1.47% over the last 24 hours. It is dropping mildly over the last 5 and 15 minutes as positions are closing out, and we haven't seen any really big surges. CME open interest has just continued to increase, though, across the board. All right, so 2 down candles on BTC for the last 5 minutes. As I said, higher momentum high, but overall not able to take out the daily low. So we'll see. We were able to flip the EMA's bullish here on the 5-minute time frame. So we'll see what we get. Although that's pretty nice big candles. So we shall see. Let me check my positioning. Okay, yeah, so I did end up getting fully filled there. And again, if you guys just want to know the way that I work, posted this, obviously, my whole game plan for the morning to the trading Crypto Trading Academy members. Yeah, so here we go. All right, talked about positioning, 98,300, 99,300. So I split it up a little bit. So I'd actually just let me go. I can go see order history. Oops. That would be trade history, sorry. Yeah, so 98,270 and 99,200 is where I had set limit bids, or limit asks, excuse me. And so that's how I am positioned for the day. We'll see if that's smart or stupid. You guys let me know. Time will tell here shortly. All right, let's take a little bit of a breather. Get open our CoinAnk and see what we see here. All right, so yeah, open interest is definitely pausing out. So we are seeing a big, I mean, throughout this entire range, we've got a big battle right now between longs positioning, shorts positioning, because open interest is not rising. So we've got an equal amount of people basically opening up positions. So you can just kind of map this out right here. And this is a good thing to do too. Not just with price. All right. Don't just draw, don't just identify trends in price, but identify trends in your oscillators, in your indicators. All right. Because they are not necessarily going to tell you in which direction price is going to go, but they are going to tell you when something is more or not volatile to trade. All right. So for example, open interest, we can see it's coiling up. I'm interested in an open interest breakout. That's going to give strength to the direction that we're moving into. For example, if price starts moving up and open interest breaks down, I'm not going to have a lot of faith in that movement. If price starts breaking down and open interest starts breaking up, then that's going to give me a lot of faith that we are going to be selling off. Again, hitting short liquidations throughout this entire rise up. Although the most significant amount of liquidations was on that drive down to the intraday low on Binance of 97,199. Looking at cumulative volume delta, obviously we can see a big sell-off on the perps. And so far right now, still positioning does favor the bears. CVD spot, though, actually is favoring the bulls. Well, I mean, not overall as far as the trend of the day. We saw obviously big sell-offs throughout the dip. But we do see spot buying up this movement mildly, but we don't really see the perps following along with that same trend. We can see the trend here on spot is kind of up. Well, you guys can't really see that, can you? Sorry. See the trend here on spot is up. All right. So spot is buying a little bit more decisively, whereas the perps are very much battling it out. So we do have short positioners right here. And we are, listen, here's the thing too. We might be now going into that afternoon kind of slum because we are in kind of the big bundle area of the trading price opportunity as well as the VRVP. Absolutely possible to just break out of this with gusto, but you have to understand that the biggest areas that are traded volume by price this is the train station. Price is the train. This is the train station. Price likes to be in the train station. These right here are the train tracks. Price zooms through the train tracks, right? So you can see the price did not spend a lot of time at these areas, all right? Price did not spend a lot of time at these areas. Nobody wanted to trade there. People want to trade here. So now that we're here, again, I would assume that we were gonna push down here, but we'll see. We shall definitely see. All right. Life's on the line. Got the bulls on the track. All right. Big shout outs to those watching me live today. I see Mohammed. We've got Jarig, TG, Mikado, B Flow, the man, the myth, the legend himself. Oswin. We've got Andrew Munns. Andrew Munns, good to see you, my friend. You are making more money than God over there, trading the mini future. Let me know what your XRP prediction is. Happy to catch you. Of course, Tyler, another legend. His personal prediction is that we pop up to 170-ish before a 30% pullback. Now, I completely agree. So we're going to talk about the big dip here in just a little bit. How to spot it, what you should do, how to prepare for it. Probably up today and down Monday. Tyler says, he said, okay, B-Flow giving me some more information about Richard Hart here. He took SAC funds and top blasted Ethereum 7 months ago at 3,700. Oh, you poor fool. Tyler's getting excited for the gap fill at 77K. You watch your mouth, dude. With the ETFs allowing more cash to flow into BTC, you think some of that will flow into alts? Or stay locked up? Well, I mean, listen, your average ETF buyer is not going to be buying altcoins in so far as, with the exception of Ethereum. And we are probably going to be getting a Solana ETF here very soon. I mean, kind of the big narrative of this cycle has been, just how little alts have put in. Now, again, everybody always says that, right? But it's kind of the same like every single cycle, right? Like, oh, why haven't alts performed? BTC's doing everything. Well, BTC's, are we going to have alt season? Like, we're certainly not in alt season right now. You can look at our alt season indicator. Okay. Alt season indicator currently sitting at 33. It is definitely not alt season. All right. In fact, but again, we are starting to move up. So this is the average of the top 50 performers. Performance over the last 90 days, moving averaged. So we are starting to see that move up. All right. Bitcoin season down here, but we are starting to reverse away from Bitcoin season. So I still think now is the time to be getting into altcoins or waiting until the next big dip. I think people listen, you can always buy high and sell higher. That's totally fine. Okay. But you need to manage your risk appropriately. And typically in a bull market, you just kind of want to wait for big pullbacks because they're going to happen. We're going to get a 30 or 40% pullback across the board. All right. And people are going to get scared. Well, hold on. We're going to get to that. I don't want to shoot my shot before we get there. Let's look at some Capriol charts for fun, for kicks, for giggles. In fairness, it can happen in December. In fairness, that comment is part trolling. Tyler says it could happen in December, but it also might take a year to fill, although it very likely will at some point. Yeah. There is my pump and peanut house tricks. I hit the root trade aiming at a penny. What are you thinking? All that XRP money is going into root. Go check it out via KuCoin for me. All right, so we got a request for root. Going to check that out. It's nuts to be at all-time high with a neutral funding rate. Yeah, I mean, our funding rate was at something like 24%. That was before we pushed to 94,000. So we saw a lot of high leverage longs close out. Jordan Stotts, good to see you, man. What is the spread between the train tracks? Let's take a gandy here. Well, the spread between the train tracks is 97,897 to approximately 98,316. Like $439. All right, so we're going to take a look at root. Tyler says, I've been told patterns like head and shoulders work better on indicators like RSI than they do on price action. I've never tested it though. Yeah, listen, you know, I know a lot of guys who swear by trend lines on things like, well, obviously we can all understand that trend lines on momentum oscillators make a whole lot of sense, like the RSI. And in some situations, I could see how that could, whoa, hold on. What? Come on, Justin, wake up. What are we doing? What are we doing? Need some coffee? Come on, man. Let's drink some ice water. All right, everybody, take a break. Ice up. Let's get caffeinated. This is just ice water, but, you know, I'm on 2 cups of coffee. All right. Ooh. Hydrated. Let's go. Let's do this. What are we talking about? Oh, so yes. So I could see how trend lines on things like your momentum oscillator could actually. So let's talk about this. Here we go. All right, so when we got something, right, like Minx, and this is true of stochastic, you can throw in a moving average on RSI, but the point I'm trying to make here is that most momentum oscillators will essentially put in a trend line for you. And what that trend line is a moving average of the oscillator itself. And that is there to show you when the oscillator is reversing direction, because the moving average represents essentially a smoothed version or a delayed version of the previous or current dominant direction. And so when the oscillator makes a significant turn, all the moving average is there to alert you on is the fact that, hey, your oscillator was moving this way, and now it's moving this way. And I've obviously tested and experimented with lots of different things. Lots of different approaches can work. So for example, let me just give you another example. When we look at something like a baseline, all right, let's get the EMAs off here and we'll look at a baseline. Now, one of the earliest things that I did when experimenting with my model of PTP strategies is one of the first conditions that I played around with a lot was obviously Jordan Stott says listen man, times are tough, dude. I've got it set to the most conservative thing. It's like every 30 minutes. I love you. If we get enough people in the trading group, I promise we stop running ads on YouTube. For right now, I need that $50 a month, man. All right. Now, one of the earliest things that I played around with was, and what I ultimately came to the realization of, is that it's just better that if price breaks above the baseline, just go with it. But one of the earliest conditions that I played with was not just is price above the baseline as a condition for a trade, but what is the angle of the baseline. Obviously, I then, of course, in addition to that, also played around with more traditional ideas such as, well, let's just call the baseline a moving average for a second, because it is. Where is the primary moving average that we're looking at as a trade condition? Where is that in relationship to other moving averages? So EMA cross strategies, right? So, okay, so say the condition for the trade, one of your conditions for a trade is, okay, we only go long when, say, the 9 moving average is above the 21 moving average, and we only go long when price is also above the 9 moving average. Okay, so those are basically 2 conditions right there. All of that basically fits into our baseline strategy, because remember, the components of the indicator strategy that I teach, this is the system of trading, and you can adjust this however you want, but the core components have to be there. You need to have a momentum initiator. You need something to check your momentum indicator, which is your confirmation indicator. You need something that is telling you when the market is frothy or not frothy, volume or volatility. You need something that tells you where to get out at a profit, where to get out at a loss. That's your stop and target system. And you need something that can tell you the general trend at a glance, which is your baseline. Those are the components that you need. You also need an exit indicator. So all of those things combined, right? Initiator, confirmer, volume or volatility, stop and target, baseline, exit indicator. Six things you need in a strategy. Now, and I advocate using indicators for those, but other people, any strategy has those same 6 components. Some people don't use indicators. Some people use other things for that. But, you know, really, like, are they not indicators? Obviously, there's a difference between a technical indicator and something else. But, like, everything is an indicator, right? Even your gut is an indicator, right? So everything is an indicator. We all use indicators. Indicators is just another word for a set of data that helps you make a decision that otherwise would be impossible. All right. So the idea, though, I do like the idea of using trend lines on oscillators, right? For example, because what those can maybe help you do, obviously this is not a very good example right here because price didn't really move very far, but what that can do then is give you a more market-based signal for a significant movement or deviation or something to pay attention to from your oscillator, rather than it just crossing its moving average. Right. So, for example, like this is a trend that's built up over multiple bars, and the moving average over here is not tracking what the momentum oscillator did over here. It's like a 3-period look back. So it's only looking, this data set, this data point on the moving average only cares about what happened over here. It doesn't have a memory for what happened over here. Whereas this trend line, you as the outside external observer with a wider zoom lens can see. So yeah, I do like the idea of using a little bit of that traditional technical analysis on indicators. All right, Bitcoin has now sold back down to the point of control. We are either going to see this now be the moment where we start to see some bidding, price retain that, hey Hudson, price maintain that 5-minute bias and begin pushing higher, vaulting us into the upper echelons of Valhalla, moving towards that $100,000, or this is the beginning of the end, ladies and gentlemen. Just the beginning of the end. Ethereum still has not decided to make a move yet, still consolidating. It's not, again, I would expect that this would be the time that Ethereum and Solana would start ripping, if they're going to start ripping. Because again, we've got this nice support that we built out over the last 10 minutes. Now here's the thing, 5-minute is bearish, 10-minute is bearish, 30-minute is indecisive. We're consolidating at support. Is support going to break down? Is support going to break down? If support breaks down on Solana, then, I mean, obviously we're coming down here to 246 first stop. And then if we're going to have a real pullback, I mean, we're going down to 233. Same thing on Ethereum. Ethereum is at that support, at that 10-minute support, at that 30-minute support. As we can see here, it's the same level that we established over here as support. But if we break down, well, where are we going? Well, the full breakout retest, like I said, at 3,200, but support's at 3,150. And we've already tested the support multiple times. I mean, we coiled up here for quite a while. We want to go. Ethereum wants to go. Let's keep it moving. XRP still consolidating at an intraday point of control, which not too bad. We're still making, I mean, except for this deviation, still overall making higher lows. Came down and tested support on the 30-minute, 4 hours, looking okay. Check our liquidation profile, see how things have evolved. All right, so we took out those liquidations. Again, if we make another push higher, big liquidations, juicy ones start at 99,600. We did see some people bid up on this trade. Now we've got long liquidations at 97,963. All right, sorry, what am I supposed to do? Peckham says, controversial opinion alert. Bitcoin crashes the week of Wall Street traders closing for Christmas on the 20th of December. Makes a lot of sense. And fills the 70K region gap. I mean, it is, I mean, obviously, it doesn't, I don't want to sound like, it doesn't take a genius to sit here And I'm not picking on you, I'm picking on myself. It doesn't take a genius to sit here, like the old thing, like, the prices go up, prices go up, prices go up, and you got the bears saying like, well, eventually it's going to go down, eventually it's going to go down, eventually it's going to go down. Yeah, you're going to be right every once in a while, right? Because eventually it is going to go down. As enthusiastic as we are about Bitcoin with the incoming Trump administration and crypto-friendly policy and Gary Gensler stepping down and everything changing, hopefully for the better. Bitcoin's still going to Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? Still a very volatile asset. It's going to get to a price, a point. It's kind of at one right now. I'm in some groups where some OGs were being like, yeah, like, we've reached our price targets. We're scaling out. So we'll look at all of that on Monday when we look at more long-term fundamental data. We could probably bake that into Friday's show, kind of moving forward as well. But well, I mean, the lowest Bitcoin has been was, obviously like back in the day when it really wasn't even worth anything. It was $1 for like a year-ish, but every time, we've done these Bitcoin gonna Bitcoin, make some t-shirts, Tyler. I'll wear them instead of the old Fender t-shirt. Every time, we can just see this. We can look at Bitcoin big picture wise. Let's get rid of the daily. Let's bring up the weekly. So this is Bitcoin basically since its inception. So this is 2011. So we can see Bitcoin's first bull market. Bitcoin's first bull market essentially took it from $3 to about $7. Then we had a pretty big crash back down to $4. Then kind of the next wave of the rally took price to $16. We crashed to about 10. Then the next wave took us to about $242 and we crashed to 64. So that's 60% correction. And then we drove all the way up to $1,000 and then we crashed back down to 154. So that's like a 90% correction. So from $100, we then rose mightily to $20,000. That was this right here. This right here is what made the Bitcoin billionaires, right? 12,000% up. And then Bitcoin crashed from 20,000 down to 3,000. And then Bitcoin went from 3,000 to 66,000. And then from 66,000 down to 16,000. And now we've gone from 16,000 to 90,000. All right. So higher high, and we've seen, market cycles top in a variety of ways. We kind of see them both in 2017 and back in 2013. Almost immediately after the all-time highs reached, a big 50% sell-off in the very next week, but then prices kind of bounce back up real quickly, consolidate, and then slowly oscillate down into kind of a descending triangle. Happened both this time and this time. 2021 was a little different, where we put in this unique double top that's never happened before, and kind of also this double bottom, which is fine, but we just never seen a high go up this high. We usually just get a lower high. If price had not gone all the way back up in 2021, and if it instead made a lower high around like $47,000 or $50,000, we would have seen the same descending triangle pattern that we've seen every other single previous midsection market cycle that led into the deep bear. All right. So regardless of what happens, that is the structure that I'm looking for again. And now the question we're all just sitting around wondering is, how high is Bitcoin going to go this time? But who are you selling to? BlackRock in January 3rd, we see $125,000 if you see what I mean. Yeah, absolutely. I guess, listen, I know this for a fact. I don't necessarily agree with them, but I don't dismiss them. Everybody's prediction of the future is equally valid. But I'm in quite a few groups where it's a little exclusive. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to, I'm nothing special, but there's some pretty cool private Telegram groups I'm in, private Discord groups that I'm in. And just last night, there was a guy in there who's made some good calls, and he's like, yeah, I'm scaling out of my BTC position. He's not like I'm all out, but he's like, I'm scaling out. He's like, well, shit might get crazy. We might go up to like 150,000, but he's like, he's like 90 to 115, or what did he say? 90 to 115, or 90, he said like 95 to 115,000, something like that. He's like, this was my price target. He's like, I bought big Bitcoin, like all the way from like 16 to $30,000. He's like, 95 to 115,000 was my price target. We've reached it. I'm not going to be greedy. I made my first sell. I'm 20% out. And he's like, and I'm just going to continue to, like every month or every other month, like 20%, 20%, 20%. He's like, shit might get absolutely insane. We might go up 150. He's like, we might even go 180. I think we can go higher than that. But, you got to respect that, right? You got to respect that. I mean, that's a guy who is all spot, talking millions and millions of dollars. And it takes a lot of conviction. I mean, let's be real, guys. Like the vast majority of people, and not everyone, but the vast majority of people who are really actively trading, they didn't buy big when Bitcoin was at $16,000. They were scrambling to buy big at 60,000. They're scrambling to buy big now. That's not conviction. That's tourism. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, hey, get in where the getting's good. But you got to respect the Bitcoin OGs. The gangsters who were like, all right, who really timed the market cycle. They're like, all right, price is in a bear market. I'm going to wait till they're like 80, 90% down from the highs. Okay, 16,000. FTX collapse. Oh my God, the world's ending. And they bought, right? And they bought big. They put millions of dollars into Bitcoin when it looked like it was the end of the world. That's the way you make life-changing money. You have to buy the lows and sell the highs. And you have to go in with size, right? Trying to turn $10,000 into $10 million just ain't going to happen to you. It's not, right? I mean, you can go play the tranches. It happens to like a couple hundred people. But, yeah. So, in general, people ask me like, well, what's the best way to make money in crypto? Well, join the Crypto Trading Academy. But other than that, like have a good income, right? Focus on yourself, improve your life, get a high paying job. And then you'll have money to invest in whatever you want. And the people who do insanely well in crypto are the people who can lose the money. Rich get richer. Okay, let's do some demands. We've got Root and Super. Root on P-Flow. Let's look at Root and Super. You said Root on KuCoin, the Root network. Okay. Nice big daily pops. Let's start off with the weekly. What's the skizzy? What's the scoop? Resistance at 0.0576. Resistance at 0.08. And then obviously market highs of about 12 cents. Okay. Up 75% over the last week, 83% over the last month. Price performed extremely well last November. So projections could be about another 100% based on the price performance from last year. Strong buys on the weekly time frame. Oh, on the daily, sorry. Yeah, buys on the weekly time frame. Strong buys on the daily time frame. Where's I wish it showed market cap. Why can't I see it? Yeah, I mean, we have the weekly long signal firing right now from Minx. The last signal that fired from Minx. Hold on, let's make sure. Yeah. Last long signal that would have fired from Minx would have been on November 16th. Continuation long signal fired at a price of 0.2414. And we are currently up about 42% since then. We are now above the 200 daily simple moving average. Yeah, I mean, and look at that volume on root. That is absolutely insane. Yeah, I mean, root looks great, man. I really like this. This looks really good. Sold off, the selling diminished, the selling diminished. We see this large scale accumulation between 15 cents and 2 cents, or 1.5 cents and 2 cents. Now we're at 3.5 cents, so up 50% and good projections. We got our daily major moving averages beginning to curl up, 21 curling up, crossing over the 55 curling up. Obviously the 200 still moving sideways, but again, the slope of it is decreasing mightily. I think root looks good. I mean, root looks prime to go, man. It was the V shape of those recent candles. Ah, yeah. Yep, nice higher low. Just nice higher low, breakout. Perfect. So, congratulations, man. Glad you had a nice winning position here. Just remember to manage your risk. Don't get too greedy. Move your stops up into profit. Make sure you give it a nice time to breathe. Another streamer. We've got a Minx long signal on the hourly. Minx really wanting this thing to rip right now. I don't know. I mean, it's totally fine for me. I'm already long. I've got my 3x leverage long token. You're welcome, Peckham. And super, sorry. I will get, Tyler, I'm going to get there. I promise. Oh, I do have orders. Sticking to my guns. Oops. Another streamer said that looking at dominance charts isn't helpful because the pump fund system allows new coins to be minted for almost free and some accumulate, which distorts market cap. Thoughts? So, I mean, I agree and disagree with the two sections of that sentence or that premise. The fact that the pump fund system allows new coins to be minted, and the way that pump fund system, the way that pump fund works is it utilizes a bonding curve. All right. So that you can't, like, quote unquote, get rug pulled. All right. Because prices rise with the market capitalization that's put in, and prices fall with the market capitalization that's put in. So you can always pull your initial liquidity. And once a project reaches $100,000 market capitalization, so imagine it like the way the pump fund like really works, like behind the scenes, is kind of like GoFundMe, but with a bonding curve. All right. So So you find a project that you like. Anybody can launch a project with like a minimal amount of Solana and like no programming requirements. You just like put in the details, the information that you want, and boom, the coin's there. And so all these coins are useless, right? Just I want to let me just, there is no pump fund coin that'll be around in 10 years that's launched today. All right. Unless, you know, like, for example, like there is just this mass hysteria and, you know, something has like nostalgic value. But I mean, there's no, it's not a good investment, right? Like this, it's just the casino, right? Like, can you get lucky or can you not get lucky? So let me just get that public service announcement out of the way. All right. So having said that, so pump fund utilizes a bonding curve. Once the bonding curve reaches $100,000 market capitalization, then that $100,000 is placed into a vault and you have like a real coin that you can trade on something like Dex Screener or Photon or whatever have you. So in that sense, I think he's only correct in that in-between period when the money is on the bonding curve versus once the bonding curve hits $100,000. So that amount, let's just go do some napkin math. Solana's market capitalization is almost Solana's market capitalization is about 120 billion. Wait. Yeah, $billion. That's Billy with a B. So there are likely tens of thousands of projects on Pump Fund, and a very, very small percentage of them reach that or are close to that $100,000 market capitalization target. And again, once they hit 100,000 market capitalization, that market capitalization, it gets put into a vault and that's listed more clearly. So yes, maybe I don't have the I don't actually know the concrete answer to that. Like, does the pump fund bonding curve somehow distort the market capitalization? I don't see how. It's all on. So first off, the market capitalization of Solana has nothing to do with pump fund, because the market capitalization of Solana is purely a mathematical equation, which is what is the market price of Solana multiplied by what is the active not active, but what is the circulating supply of Solana. That's how market capitalization is calculated. And so whether we're looking at market capitalization here on CoinGecko, or whether we're looking at market capitalization relative to other market capital, relative to the total market capitalization through dominance, it doesn't matter where the money is on chain, whether it's in Pump Fund or whether it's in this token or that cat token or this dog token or in Photon or locked up in an LP or providing liquidity. It doesn't matter. But pump dust pets total. But pump distorts total crypto market cap. How? Because the value of Solana, or excuse me, the market cap of Solana has nothing to do with the prices of tokens on Ethereum or on Solana. Just like it wouldn't matter. Let's go back. Where we at? Come on. They got me all. So for example, there's like what, 21, I don't know, however many, thousands and thousands of projects on Ethereum. If right now, every single dollar of Ethereum all flew into, I don't know, like what's the biggest Ethereum like token? Uniswap's an ERC20 token. So if all $395 billion of Ethereum's market capitalization were to all get market bought on Uniswap, right? Which is like actually physically impossible, but you get my point. The market cap of Ethereum wouldn't change. The market cap of, well, actually, no, that technically would change the market cap. But not but it proves my example, but not in the way that I want it to. It doesn't matter because, well, actually, no, because it actually, no, it wouldn't. It does prove my point because the Ethereum would still be held, but by somebody else. So I don't see how, and I'm not trying to argue against you. I think this is an interesting idea. I don't think that streamer is correct. I don't see how, like, I could see how the pump fund might distort like volume or trading activity, you know, kind of creating a false narrative of how much genuine activity or investment idea is there. And certainly that you can make the broader argument with that case, like for maybe against a Solana ETF, because certainly the market capitalization and trading activity and volume of Solana is going to be presented as an argument. And if, luckily, I think we're going to get some smart crypto people in there. But again, that, you know, you could be like, well, yeah, but it's all just like meme coin traders. But then you can make like the libertarian argument, like, well, yes, so what? It's meme coin traders. Like, this is what the people want to do. Let the people do what they want to do. Don't you believe in freedom? Are you a commie? Huh? And then again, tokens on Solana going up, okay, doesn't directly make or distort Solana's market capitalization or price. Technically, it does, of course, incentivize more and more people to buy Solana because they want to participate in the pump fund ecosystem and, you know, the whole photon ecosystem. Yeah. They can take our lots, but they can never take.
Rise up, ladies and gentlemen. Get the memes. Take the memes to the hill. We are crossing the Washington River, ladies and gentlemen. They will never take our memes.
The people have spoken. All right, so Bitcoin intraday consolidating above the point of control. We're going to watch and see, and also has regained the 5-minute and the 10-minute momentum. So overall, this is looking pretty good. Kind of tight consolidation on the way down. Hold on a second. Oh, hold on. Sorry, guys. Forgot. I got to shoot a text. Okay. I'm gonna go get trained how to rescue people from grain bins tomorrow morning. Kind of looking forward to it. It's exciting. Get my exercise. Learn how to save people's lives. I think I need to turn up the gain on my microphone. Because I've noticed that the volume, when I rewatch myself on YouTube or Rumble, I need to turn the volume up louder than I normally do on other things. Do you guys notice that? Do you guys you know, those who are watching me on YouTube, Rumble, which is literally everybody, Do you find that the volume of do you have to turn your speakers up or turn your volume up or turn your earbuds up relative to other YouTube videos? Not like, obviously, like my voice oscillates up and down depending on if I'm like loud or soft or whatever, but just, you know, compared to other YouTube videos. Tyler says normal. Taking it, liking it. All right, cool. Never mind. All right, let's do a quick check-in, and then I think we'll scroll some Twitter. So Bitcoin currently sitting at 99,259. Currently has made kind of a new local high of 99,456. Let's go ahead and mark that off. Let's just go ahead and move this up as our new level of resistance. Okay. So we obviously did get a little breakout of this resistance level that I had set. We broke it, pulled back, retested the point of control. I mean, this to me is, of course, looking intraday longish. I'm already have the 3x leverage long open though from last evening, so I'm just gonna sit tight. All right, I don't change the. There's no reason to change anything. All right, I'm still believing in that. You know, and the only reason I have the intraday short on, which I'm totally fine with it getting blasted out of the water. All right, I'll lose $1,000 there, but I'll make $3,000 on the 3x leverage long token. So that's totally okay. Not upset about it. Chilling. The only reason is because of that 666 print, guys. I'm not kidding. I'm not superstitious, but I'm also not stupid. Okay. Stupidstitious. Yeah, something like that. All right, so Bitcoin 5-minute, 10-minute, 30-minute, and 4-hour is bullish. Looking good overall. What am I looking for today? Well, Bitcoin has now moved up and is teasing the high area. Has now teased the value area high. This is the zone for loading up shorts if you're bearish intraday, which I am bearish intraday. I am overall looking for price to go down to 95,700. Mild pullback. Although, of course, that could accelerate into the big dip. We're going to talk about we'll talk about the big dip after we do this quick market recap, and then we'll scroll some Twitter. Ethereum, same thing, coiling up, currently sitting at about 32.98. All right, my bias for Ethereum going in the day was going to be bullish, even though we're charging down. We spent a lot of time consolidating here at the intraday point of control in the value area low. All right, which is the area to load up on longs for the day if you have a long bias. Also on the 4-hour, we had this very nice strong pop to the upside. Did not make a new high. That's all right. And we have somewhat, to a degree, back tested and refilled this breakout zone. If we do end up failing and get bearish intraday, then first things I'd be looking for is just basically a return to 3,200, which would be the top of the 4-hour guppy bands. Totally fine. Also the previous area of breakout, so just fully retesting that, but we would like to think it's just a little bit more bullish. All right, so things to watch, obviously momentum. We want to see a breakout of our current level of resistance at 33.26, and then I'd be looking for 33.59 and 33.89 intraday, looking for that breakout trade. Solana, similar bias, kind of coiling up here at the intraday level of support at the upper echelons of the value area low, consolidating below VWAP. So again, this is the area intraday that you would want to be loading up on longs if you have that bullish bias. The 5-minute, the 10-minute is bearish. The 30-minute is indecisive, although mostly still bullish, but we've got the fast band migrating into the slow band, and that is the beginning of the indecisive nature of the market. 4-hour is bullish as well. Solana obviously hit a new all-time high on today's candle. That happened overnight. Yesterday wasn't able to do it. It happened last night. Reaching that high of 264.64. Previous all-time high was like 260.06. So I think Solana continues up higher. XRP, same thing, but the most bullish asset that we have on our watch list today, XRP consolidating at its point of control in the value area high of 146. So normally this is something that you would want to kind of be loading up on shorts, and I'm actually quite bullish on XRP. I think we do continue higher. 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute, 4 hour is all bullish. You'll love to see it. The only thing we are kind of looking at, we do have resistance at 150. So I've got the alert set for the breakout of 150, and we've got pretty good support here at 135. So I don't really want to see a retest of 135. We've seen higher lows. I'm fine with price coming back down to the point of control, but I'd like to see a $1.40 hold. If we come down here to 136, I'll probably still bid it, but things start to look a little bit more tenuous, if you know what I'm saying. Oh no, I completely forgot Super, dude. I could have lied and been like, no, rewind, man. Had you looking for it for like 30 minutes and then just bail out like, oh, I'll get him next time. All right, so let's do Super. We'll talk about how to survive the big dip, and then Solana defying physics. Blockchain isn't even on, prices go higher. Well, if the chains ain't on, you can't sell your tokens, you know what I'm saying? Can't transfer the tokens to the exchange to sell them if the blockchain isn't on, if the blockchain isn't processing blocks. That's how you get them, you know what I mean? Pump the price, turn the chain off. Pump the price, turn the chain off. Yeah, I mean, listen. Super. What is it? It's super. I'm sorry, Tyler. You're like the man, and I was like, okay, you want to see the daily 5-day? Roots. I'm gonna put this on the. What? No. Put the old root on the watch list. You know what I'm saying? Can't sell what you don't have. That's god darn right. Tyler, give me one quick sec, my brother. I do need to go take a quick break. I need to use the restroom. No. Where's my be right back? Hold on a second. Generate something here real quick before, and I'll be right back and I'll take a look at that. We'll do Super, we'll do how to buy the dip, and Twitter. And see what ChatGPT makes. I asked it to make me a be right back screen for my crypto live screen. Hey, that's actually pretty good. Wow, usually they're awful. There, check this out, guys. Add image. Be right back. In downloads. That's pretty good, right? Pretty good. Look at that. It even got like the English right, you know? All right, I'll be right back, guys. All right, we're back. I can't see that I'm back, but I am back. Okay. All right, super on the daily. All right. Well, we've got a medium-term bullish trend as far as the daily time frame is concerned. 200 simple moving average is moving up. 55 exponential moving average is moving up. 21 moving average is curling down. This is the buy zone. This is the dip buy zone. The gap between the 21 and the 55 is the buy zone. That's the aggressive buy zone for price pulling back. Price is pulled back about 22%. So I would say this is the buy zone. A more pronounced pullback, if we see a more serious dip, could see price move down here another like 15 to 20% into the conservative buy zone, which in a strong bullish trend doesn't often happen. All right. And usually that can often demark, as we see over here, kind of the difference between a bullish and a bearish trend, obviously breaking down below that 200 SMA into accumulation zone. So let's see here. Super, a little bit of a double top, although higher low overall, not a higher high, could be fine. So definitely, listen, I'd say short-term trade. I mean, definitely something worth swinging for, at least back up, at least for a lower high. So that's a 20% trade to the upside. And you could manage risk, I would say, I don't know, something like a 5 to 10% stop loss. So 2 to 1 risk to reward ratio. If you want to be a little bit more conservative, let it breathe a little bit more. See if we are, you know, just kind of watch and see what the market does. Obviously, you could wait for price to break up back above the baseline at about $1.36 to go for something like a momentum breakout trade. But yeah, we're in dip buying zone. That gap between the 21 and the 55, definitely worth it. Pretty big range, obviously, 20%. So manage your risk effectively. Excuse me. Momentum oscillator is getting into the overbought territory here as well. Long time accumulation, making a tear for it. I mean, I think it's alt's time to shine in general. So I think, you know, your eyes are in the right place. We are seeing, yeah, again, just a little bit of distribution here. All right. A little bit of market chop. Same thing that we saw over here. Nothing like a head and shoulders yet, though. We do see nice head and shoulders over here that led to the downside. We do have the left shoulder head. We don't have the right shoulder yet, unless you want to consider this the right shoulder, but maybe. Yeah, I mean, my idea on this one is definitely to wait and watch for some bullish momentum. Look for that break maybe above 136. I think that's going to give you a little bit better risk to reward, because then you can manage your risk below this low. Or maybe here, you can manage risk with something like a 10% stop loss. And then swing for a higher high, which seems a little bit better. I don't really like the fact that price has not, so usually when you're in a bullish trend, you see price come down, you know, to the buy zone, either above the 21 EMA, right? Or between the 21 and 55, which is my general strategy, buying dips in an uptrend. But we're seeing price spend a little bit too much time in this gap than I would like. It's making me think that price actually does want to head lower and test that 200 SMA and form a more kind of robust higher low. We haven't formed a higher low yet, so that would be the first higher low. And we saw exactly what kind of happened over here with that first higher low. We came down, made a bigger higher low relative to kind of this broader, probably weekly trend. So that would be my hot takes as far as the daily time frame is concerned. See if we're going to actually generate some buying momentum. Maybe not be a dip buyer on this one. See if we can break above that 136 and then shoot for that higher high target. Otherwise, wait and see just how low price wants to go. I would expect that we come down here. If we end up breaking down here a little bit, that we pretty much just form a bit of a higher low here around around 95 to $1, and then continue to push higher as long as the momentum and nerve is on your side. Other than that, I don't know too much about super. Looking at the 5-day. Yeah, so basically just exactly what I was saying. As far as the 5-day is concerned, we do have price above all major moving averages. Bullish trend as far as the 5-day is concerned, the 21, the 55, and the 200, all sloping to the upside. Price, as I said, it kind of had this very long consolidation period. Big pump, up like 1,000%. and like another 172% swing. So that's just absolutely insane. Big profit taking, push back up for the highs. Kind of the same thing here. So those zones are going to correlate to the same thing. What do we got? The dollar. So the dollar here is going to, so that same $1 mark, that 95 to $1 mark is going to represent that bullish buy zone, that dip buying zone between the 21 and the 55. And again, you can manage that risk relatively effectively here on the daily time frame because you want to see price come down. Whatever, if it puts in a hammer candle or any kind of reversal candle here at the daily, that's what you're going to want to use for your risk management. Like taking long swings. Okay. You can see it just didn't work out here and you were able to just avoid all of this claptrap. Wait until price breaks back above that daily 200 simple moving average and go for that long swing. So that's the same strategy I'd use here on Super. Good chart, man. And best of luck. All right, let's check in with Bitcoin here real quick. Breaking back down below the point of control, not making that upswing into the value area high, rejecting from the value area high. Okay. Ethereum, same thing. Breaking down below the point of control, not making that high push up. Same with Solana, starting to break down now. XRP starting to break down now. Oh, are the bears in control? Now, XRP has not made a new low yet. Testing support here at 142. All right, above VWAP, support at VWAP, but it starts to get a little hairy down below there because again, we did spend quite a bit of time in that value area high, consolidating at the point of control. So if XRP does want to dump here, then we are going to be going lower, ladies and gentlemen. I would say, yeah, because we're already at 10 minute, 5 minutes about to flip bearish. The 10 minutes not ready to flip bearish, but so looking at pullbacks on the 30-minute time frame, I mean, first lower low is going to be like 134. 127, something like that on XRP. So yeah, overall bearish take is playing out. Yeah, CVD perps are selling. Spot stopped buying. Spot stopped buying. Spot is selling. Spot is selling. Perps are shorting. Open interest hasn't broken up or down yet. Hit some long liquidations there. How did we hit long liquidations there? Or oh, so we hit long liquidations there. Yeah, overly leveraged. 200x leverage. I don't know what to tell you, man. Okay. All right. Let's talk about the big dippity dip. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to happen. We are going to get big dips in Bitcoin. And I think that dip is going to be the opportunity. It's going to be a big transfer of wealth. All right. It's going to be a big transfer of wealth. Everybody says when the market is moving up and they feel that they should be making more money, when they feel that they didn't buy enough at lower prices because they didn't have the conviction that price was going to go higher, then now that they're seeing price up here at new all-time highs, like, oh God, if price would just dip 10, 20, 30, 40%, oh, I'd load up the truck. I'd load up the truck. And without fail, every single cycle, every time it happens, those people do not load up the truck. They get scared like little babies. Price dips 30%, price dips 40%. Now all of a sudden they're bears. Oh, price is going lower. Sell everything. They refuse to buy. So do not let that be you. If you have conviction that 2025 is going to be a good year for crypto, if you have conviction that all of the changes that are coming in, Gary Gensler stepping down, getting a pro crypto head of the SEC, having most cryptos fall into the domain of the CFTC and being regulated as commodities, having all of these benefits, tax breaks potentially coming out for crypto companies that are innovating in the United States, if you think that we're about to have a renaissance in 2025 and on in the crypto community, in the crypto economy, then when price dips 30, 40%, which it's going to do because it's a speculative asset and it's up very high and a lot of people have made a lot of money and they want to cash that money out, you got to be willing to buy that dip. You have to be willing to buy that dip. You just saw my analysis of Super on the higher time frames where I simply used moving averages to identify where are dip buying zones and what relationship price should have with its interaction between something like the 200 simple moving average, the 21 and the 55. You can use the same strategy to identify the dips. All right. So let's go to the daily time frame. Let's take a broad look at Bitcoin. We're gonna look at spot on Bitstamp, the Mac Daddy. Okay, let's talk about this. So here is our 200 simple moving average. All our major moving averages are sloping up. We are in a big, strong, daily bullish trend. How far are we away? Price would have to go down 33% to go back to our simple moving average, 200 simple moving average, 66,172. 66,172. Now, of course, as time goes by, that moving average will slide up. People are already talking, of course, about the $77,000 gap fill, okay, on the CMEs. Totally possible. But what if it's worse than that? What if it's mid 60s? Okay. What if it's low 60s? That's a 40% pullback. That's the area I would be looking to buy price on that dip. All right. Now, once we get down there, there are all manners of technical analysis and trading rules that you can utilize to better protect you and ideally avoid getting wrecked. Because there is, of course, the possibility. I don't want to speak of it, but I shall, because I'm not going to be the one who leads you astray. I'm not going to be the one that tells you, you got to buy Bitcoin because it's going to do nothing but go up. You got to buy Ethereum because it's doing nothing but go up. Eventually, it's going to go down. Okay. We talked about those just a little bit ago with that analysis on the super chart. Okay. We talked about, all right, well, when price is actually down there, we can manage risk below these lows after we see market structure form. Okay. Or we can wait for a breakout at those lower prices. Two very simple strategies. But identifying where you want to be a buyer is very important. So I would be looking between $70,000 and $60,000 if we get a large pullback and kind of market reset on this. It'd be totally fine. Wouldn't kill the bull market. It'd scare a lot of people. Big transference of wealth. So keep that in mind. That is how you're going to survive the dip. Have the conviction, have the courage to put your money where your mouth is. And when price actually goes low, go in. I'll repeat this again. You're not going to get rich trading futures. High leverage is not going to make you rich. It will for the very rare 1% of people out there who can get very lucky and manage risk like Warren Buffett. It can happen. There's a 99% chance that's not going to happen to you. I did not become wealthy. I'm not on my road to wealth by trading futures. That is how I escape the 9-to-5 grind. That is how I try to make 500, 1,000, 1,500, some better days a day. Do I make money every day? Absolutely not. There is an element of luck in it. But if you're consistent and systematic, you can put the odds in your favor so that you have more good days than bad days. And you net profit. That allows me to make the money that I need to make every single month to pay my bills, take care of my child, live within my means. We don't live any, I don't know what you guys think. We don't live no lavish lifestyle around here. You guys can go to TikTok and watch 17-year-olds for that who are going to lie to you. I live a modest lifestyle. I focus on improving my community. I focus on improving my family, myself. Yeah. And it gives me the excess money that I need to invest in the markets to make long-term plays. All right. Fully committed to the FIRE lifestyle. I invest the vast majority of my wealth into the markets. Not wealth. I invest the vast majority of my income into the markets. And that's the way to get wealthy. You have to go in with size, with the things you believe in, and hold. That is how you make life-changing money in crypto. It's how you make life-changing money in the stock market, period. So understand that there will be a dip. Might not be now. Might not be till 120. Might not be till 130. Might not to be 150, but it's going to come. And when it does come, you need to be prepared for it. And you need to be prepared to size up for the next leg. Let's talk about it. All right. G asks, how do you think rotation to alts will happen exactly, Justin? I mean, in my experience, the way it always happens, Bitcoin makes a climb up and then it does some bullshit like this, right? And alts go. Now, I'm always open. There are some, every cycle, there's some, hundreds of people with new ideas, right? We've absolutely seen something very unique and interesting in this cycle, and that is the rise of the meme coin mania. Okay. So we've actually seen you know, altcoins vastly underperform. But at the same time, we just look at super. Most altcoins are up bigly. Okay. So there could be a little bit of the element of law of diminishing returns, but we're certainly not in alt season yet. But as I said, looking at the alt season indicator, you know, we spent a lot of time down here in Bitcoin season. All right. We're still in Bitcoin season, but we seem to be hopefully moving away from Bitcoin season. Now, keep in mind, obviously, if Bitcoin sells off, alts are going to sell off too. But alts fly when Bitcoin consolidates after taking a leg up. That's how it works. Ethereum plays catch up, Solana plays catch up, the majors play catch up, and then that capital flows. It's, you know, it's just basic risk, right? When people are uncertain or they think the action's all about Bitcoin, they're all in Bitcoin. And then as Bitcoin gets a little bit boring, they're greedy, they rotate their alts into other capital. So typically the way, I mean, the alt rotation cycle has always gone. Bitcoin moves, then Ethereum moves, then layer ones move, then small cap, then medium caps move, then small caps move. All right, that's traditional altcoin rotation. Could it potentially be different this cycle? Again, we've already seen it be different this cycle because we've seen basically Bitcoin take a leg up and then meme coins take a huge leg up, and then Bitcoin take a leg up and meme coins take a huge leg up. And that's just kind of how it's been. But I mean, altcoins are moving up. I mean, especially American altcoins. And I mean, just about everything's moving up. Let's go to CoinGecko. What's moving up today? What's capital rotation happening today? What's up bigly today? Blockchain capital portfolio. What's in the blockchain capital portfolio? XRP. What's up bigly? XRP and ICP. Okay. Good. Good coins are moving up. What else is up today? Pantera Capital's portfolio. Good day for the hedge funds. Cypherium and Akala and XRP and Atom and Note and Sturdy and Zen. Wow. Good day for the it's a good day for the hedge funds. Good day for the hedge funds. Oh, we didn't do an ad today. That's a little late. We'll do it later. All right, what do we got in the degen world today? Make crypto great again on Ethereum. I heard an interesting opinion that maybe Doge will suck liquidity from the other memes first. It would be something like Bitcoin does in general with other alts, but who knows? I mean, I hope so. Doge is my largest altcoin position right now. I am on the Department of Government Efficiency train. Let's go. I think it's going to be, I mean, I just hope it's the biggest narrative of 2025. I hope, you know, Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon are taking all the notes that they need from Javier Milei of Argentina, and that they just come in with a chainsaw. A chainsaw, like El Loco. What did they buy it? They bought it 27.23. That's like where we're at. What? What's emotional, man? You got it, man. Mas afuera. Man, I gotta bridge some. Hold on. Okay. What's the best way to bridge Solana to Ethereum? Oh, I can just do it directly from Phantom. Duh. Okay, cool. All right, so let me open up Phantom. It's all going. All of it. Hold on, I just gotta. There we go. Oh, why my Phantom wallet wasn't unlocked? Okay. So we want to swap. No. How do you do it? How do you do this? Navigate to the swap. In the from, select the asset and network you wish in the two. Oh, okay. Okay, let's try this. All right. So, yeah, so swap. You pay Solana. You receive Ethereum. F. Okay. And we'll do like what? 2 Solana? No quotes found. Try a different token amount or disable refuel. What? You try? You're saying I can't swap Sol for ETH? Come on, man. No quotes found. What? Or disable refuel. I don't understand. Settings. Preferences. Oh, sorry. Let's go look at something interesting. Sorry, guys. While I'm screwing around with this. Yeah. If I do it all. Huh. No swaps available due to unsupported pair at low liquidity or low amount. Huh. Oh, here we go. Let me just do it here. All right, so disconnect, connect my Phantom wallet. We'll just use dbridge. All right, you pay Solana, Sol. What is going on? There we go. All right, connected. Good. You pay Sol. 3 Sol. You receive Ethereum. F. Yes, trade and send to a different address, which is going to be my, this one. There we go. Okay. Yes. What is going on? Connect. Grabby. Wallet connected. All right. Good. 3 Sol for not 0.23 Ethereum. Going right there. Confirm trade. Let's go. Nope. Definitely not a citizen of the United States. What the fuck? There we go. Confirm transaction. Wait, what? It doesn't seem right. Refresh for update. Sorry, this is probably very boring, but I'm just trying to snipe some meme coins in our last like 10 minutes, and I have to like load up my wallet. But I don't have enough funds in my Ethereum wallet. Oh, okay. Yes. No, that's fine. Yes. Okay. I should confirm that. Yeah. It's just a change left over. Order created. Yep. Thank you, D-Bridge, for enabling this smooth cross-chain transaction. Much appreciated. There it is. And I got my F. Okay. That was a lot. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Hopefully you're all still with me. All right, back to GMGN. Okay. Wow. Okay. Drained. Do not do that, souls. Yeah. But I just want to snipe some just want to snipe some make crypto great again. Yeah, I'm fine with it. Whatever. Let's go. Okay. Let's go. Make me rich. I'm actually glad I waited because obviously like this thing could dump. Who cares? But I like that it's now like come down to sending support to a degree. We're gonna make crypto great again. All right, guys. Oh yeah, we've got 4 minutes left. I'll go for 4 more minutes and then we'll cash out. So we'll see if we can. Let's see what we can do here. Wow. Hey, thank you. Got some big buys. Let's go. That is that's 20% right there. Much appreciated. You know what? I'm up 54% on that pop. Up 87%. One more. Come on, one more. Just one more buy. Because the slippage is like 30%. Oh, you're in with me, F1? All right, then I won't dump on you. All right, let's go for... Don't buy too much. All right. I only bought like $32 worth. Total volume is only 22.8. FTV is 351. So like, I could probably do like, I could have probably done like 1,000, but I'm just playing around. All right, I won't dump on you. Let's go for... I don't know. Let's go for like 5 or 6. Let's go for like 005, 006. All right. Let's go for 005, 006. My man. Oh, 0005. Excuse me. Excuse me. Market cap. Here we go. Maybe we hit 600K market cap. Let's see what we got to pay attention to what the smart traders are doing. All right, these guys haven't sold yet. Oh, cool, dude. Yeah. Yeah, I mean the main sellers, the main holders haven't sold yet, so just chill until then. See what the smart traders are doing. Eight buys, 4 sells. 19 buys, 15 sells. Yeah, they're just flipping. We just had another buy 20 seconds ago from a smart degen, so that's good. Came in with 1,300. Looking good, looking good. We'll probably start doing this. Instead of trading Bitcoin, we'll just trade GM meme coins all day. Our channel would probably grow like tremendously. If we just traded meme coins all day, I think our channel would just grow tremendously. All right, we've been going for 2 hours, ladies and gentlemen. We got to bail out. I don't think it's even. Yeah. We will. We will, of course. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me for yet another crypto market update live stream. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. We've laughed, we've cried. F1, I promise not to dump on you. Let's go for that 600K market cap, baby. Let's go. Maybe even higher. Let's go. We will be back on Monday. So enjoy your long weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, trade safely. You know, let's get some excitement for Bitcoin. Manage your risk effectively, though. Guys, we're up pretty highly in price, and it's fine. The buy high, sell higher strategy is fine. Just make sure you guys are managing your risk and trading safely. Trading is a long-term game. Don't get wrecked in one day. All right, let's not do that. If you guys would like to trade on the exchange that I'm trading on, have access to 0% spot trading fees, 17% off your futures trading fees with a VIP level 1 advantaged account you'll get with my link in the description, access to over 600 pairs and 200x leverage, up to 200x leverage, not required to use 200x leverage. Check out BYDFi, link in the description, official exchange partner. Where's the little thing that we got going on? Bam. Go check it out. Link in the description. If you guys want to trade with our team, or excuse me, join our free Discord, discord.crackencryptocurrency.com. You'll get my analysis in there every morning. You'll have access to Reflex's analysis. You'll have access to Shiris's signals. And that man is insane. That dude just makes money night and day. The signals are provided absolutely free just for being a member of our community. So go check that out, discord.crackencryptocurrency.com, unless you're not already in there. And if you want to trade with the team, learn how to build strategies and treat trading like a business, join the Crypto Trading Academy, crackencryptocurrency.com. Trade with me, get access to my full market reports every morning and evening, except for the weekends, and up your game with us. All right, guys. I will see you guys on Monday. Until then, trade safely and be kind to one another. Cheers now.
you